Good day everyone, my name is Arnold Pakuan from 4BY001. Today, I will explain Introduction to Bucor, Role and Mandate of the Bureau of Correction, Function and Responsibility of Bureau of Correction, and Highlight Program of the Bureau of Correction and Significant Bureau of Correction. First, Introduction to Bucor. The Bureau of Correction, Bucor, is a government agency under the Department of Justice responsible for custody, rehabilitation, and reformation of national inmates, or those sentenced to serve prison terms of more than 3 years. Its main role is not just to confine offenders but also prepare them for integration into society through reformation programs such as education, livelihood training, skill development, and values formation. Within the Philippine criminal justice system, PCJS belongs to the correction pillars, which the final stage of system. The PCJS has 5 interrelated pillars. First, law enforcement, police agency that investigate crimes and apprehended offenders. Second, prosecution, prosecutors who determine probable cause and cases in court. 3. Judiciary, court that determine guilt or innocent and impose penalties. 4. Correction, institution like Bucor and BJMP that carry out sentence and rehabilitate offenders. 5. Community, family NGO and civil society that support offenders, reintegration, and crime prevention. Second, role and mandate of the Bureau of Correction. The Bureau of Correction is a line agency under the Department of Justice tasked with implementing the reformation and rehabilitation of offenders sentenced by the court to serve imprisonment or more than 3 years. This is the legal basis. Republic Act 10575, the Bureau of Correction Act of 2013, clearly defines Bucor powers, function, and responsibility. And mandate and function, custody and security, safekeeping of national inmates to ensure that they serve their sentence in secure, controlled environment, maintaining peace and order. Rehabilitation and reformation, providing reformation programs aimed at the moral, spiritual, and educational and vocational development of inmates. And program include livelihood training, education skill development, sport and therapeutic community activities. And 3. Preparation for integration, assisting inmate in becoming productive, law-abiding citizen after their release, strengthening family ties, discipline, and community values during incarceration, and administration of penal institution, managing the 7 operation prison and the penal farm across the Philippines, such as the New Bilibid Prison, Correctional Institution for Women, and Sablayan Prison and Penal Farm. And third, function and responsibility of the Bureau of Correction. Bucor operates the government correction and management agency under the DOJ. Its role goes beyond the imprisonment. It ensures that the convicted offenders are not only confined securely but also given opportunities to reform and reintegrate into society. Custody, safekeeping, and security, ensure the secure confinement of national inmates those sentenced more than 3 years, maintaining peace and order, discipline with correctional institution, prevent escapes, disturbance, and legal activities inside prison facilities, and reformation, rehabilitation, and development, implement rehabilitation, programs such as educational literacy and programs basic education as college level student, and vocational and livelihood training, skills training, handicraft, agriculture, spiritual and moral development, chaplaincy, religious activities, therapeutic community, modality program, TCMP for behavioral reformation, health service, medical, psychological, dental support, and re-entry support, preparation for release and reintegration, prepare inmates for life after prison, conducting pre-release operation and livelihood readiness program, strengthening family ties and community support, coordinating with parole and probation officer, NGOs, and community organization for post-release support. And next, 4. Highlight programs for Bucor of Correction. Bucor carries out different programs to rehabilitate inmates and prepare them for integration into society. Here the example. The Therapeutic Community Modality Programs, TCMP, a structured rehabilitation approach where inmates in community-like settings promote positive behavior, discipline and peer support, focus on values formation, counseling, and teamwork to help inmates develop good habit and social skill. Second, livelihood and skill training program provide vocational and livelihood activities such as farming handicrafts, carpentry, tailoring, and food processing. Conducting in partnership with TESDA and other agency aims to make inmates self-reliant and give them employed skill for release. 3. Educational and literacy program include basic literacy, alternative learning system, and even college level education helps illiterate inmates learn to read and write, while other may pursue higher study. Educational improves self-confidence and increased chances of employment after release. And last, significance of Bureau of Correction. The Bureau of Correction plays a vital role in the Philippine correctional system as it ensures that justice is not only about punishment but also about rehabilitation and reformation. First, ensure justice is carried out. Bucor implementing the penalties imposed by the court through the lawful custody of inmates. Guarantees of convicted offenders serve their sentence in secure facilities. Second, promotes rehabilitation and reformation. Instead focusing slowly on confinement, Bucor provides programs that help inmates change their behavior, gain educational, and develop livelihood skill. This rehabilitation process reduces the risk of repeat offense, recidivism. Ano pa? Okay. Prepare inmates for integration. Bucor equips inmates with skills and values need to live as the productive, law-abiding citizen after release, strengthening families and community ties, which the crucial for reintegration, contribution to the public safety and the nation building. By transforming offenders into reformed individual, Bucor helps low crime rates, and rehabilitation support the long-term goal of a safer and more orderly society. And Bucor is important because it serves as the final pillar of the criminal justice system. Balancing punishment and rehabilitation, it ensures that justice is upheld while giving offenders a chance to reform and reintegrate, which ultimately contribute to public safety and social development. Yun lamang po at maraming salamat.